Good morning or good afternoon, depending upon where you are in the country. My name is Bill Neville, and I'm going to be doing the webinar today. Thank you all for coming. The title of this is Top Real Estate IRA Investment Trends Revealed. So the Entrust Group for the last couple of years has put out a real estate investor market research report. So we took a bunch of information from from our clients, and this is the second year that we did it, and put out some statistics on what we've learned through our clients. And this is the second year we've done it. You can access this report on our website under the Learning Center and Self-Directed IRA white papers. And I'm just going to go over some of the more pertinent aspects of that report with you. And you feel free to, in the chat box, write your questions, and I'm going to answer any questions that I get at the end of the presentation. Real quickly about the Entrust Group. We are not financial advisors, CPAs, or real estate or lawyers or any kind of financial professionals. What we are is we are administrators of self-directed retirement accounts. So we allow for people to use their retirement account to invest in alternative assets such as real estate. This is going to be a very real estate focused presentation, but it's any investment that you can't hold with a traditional brokerage firm, you can hold with a self-directed firm such as Entrust. And so we administer the account, and you make all the investment decisions, and it allows you to invest in alternative assets. And we've been in business for 35 years, and we have somewhere roughly between $2 and $3 billion in investor assets currently. We focus on education, like we're doing now. We don't promote any particular investment or any particular product. We focus on education. We're the only firm in our industry that is allowed to provide a continuing education class that we provide to realtors and CPAs. And we're also the only company that has offices throughout the United States. We're not just one location. We have regional offices spread throughout the country. Northern California, Southern California, Washington State, Arizona, Missouri, North Carolina, and New Jersey, where we currently have offices, and we're opening offices in other locations as well. So provide some regional point of contact depending upon where you are in the country. What we're going to do today, I'm going to give you just a brief understanding of what we mean when we say real estate IRA, what you can invest in using a self-directed IRA, how it works. And then after that quick overview, we're going to get into the market research report information that we put out, and then how to get started. And then again, at the end, I'll answer any questions that you guys provide to me throughout the presentation. Real quick, what real estate IRA means, it's simply an IRA that invests in real estate. Whenever you hear the term real estate IRA, or if you ever hear the term self-directed IRA, self-directed IRA is not an actually type of IRA. It's an industry term that means that you can use your IRA to invest in pretty much anything you want. So whether you open a traditional IRA, a Roth, a SEP, simple, or individual 401k, or also health savings accounts and educational savings accounts can be self-directed. And again, the term self-directed just means that you choose your own investments and you can invest in alternative investments. And alternative investment is anything that's not a stock, bond, mutual fund, or CD, because you can invest in those with any brokerage house or online firm. We're going to focus again on real estate, and any kind of real estate is eligible to be invested in within your IRA. All the same IRS rules apply whether it's the traditional IRA, Roth IRA is self-directed or not. The rules are still the same. The only difference is what you're allowed to invest in. And what can you invest in within real estate? Now again, this is just real estate, but you can invest in virtually anything you want. The only thing you're not allowed to invest in is collectibles, life insurance, and S corporations. Aside from that, if you can think of it as an investment, your IRA is allowed to do it. Again, this is focused on real estate, and any kind of real estate that you can imagine, your IRA is allowed to invest in. This is what we typically see, and we'll get into some of the specifics of what we see within accounts that we hold. But apartment buildings, single-family homes, commercial, land, offshore, pretty much anything you want, your IRA is allowed to invest in it. How does it work? Your IRA can purchase the property directly with cash. So you have an IRA, it has $200,000, you want to buy a property for $150,000, your IRA pays cash for it. Your IRA owns the property. Your IRA can partner with other investors. You can partner with other IRAs. You can partner with yourself. You can partner with other members. Sometimes you see that with a syndication. Somebody's creating a syndication and they're bringing in multiple investors. That's the concept of partnering your IRA. Your IRA can borrow money. You can use leverage. So there are firms out there that will do what's called a non-recourse loan, and we're going to get into that's going to be a topic of our next webinar in September that gets into more detail about non-recourse loans. But that is how your IRA borrows money, and then your IRA would pay the loan back. So the loan would go to your IRA, the IRA would buy the property would rent out, and then the rent checks would get paid to your IRA, and then the IRA would pay the loan back. That's in theory how it would work. And then finally, you can create a single-member LLC or land trust in which the IRA is the owner of the LLC, and then the LLC holds title to property. So it becomes an IRA-owned limited liability corporation. Then in the other instances with the purchase or the partnership or the leverage, the IRA is held in the name, the property is held in the name of the IRA, whereas with an LLC, the property is held in the name of the LLC, but the LLC is owned by the IRA. So that's sort of the different ways of how you can use a retirement account to invest in real estate. Excuse me. All right, so here's where we get into a little bit of the information we found on our market research report. First, and again, this is Entrust clients. So where our clients have bought real estate within their self-directed IRA, California is by far and away the leader for Entrust clients, then followed by Texas. And that's not very different from what we saw in 2014. Arizona and Colorado, we saw some growth in the purchases that we had in the previous year, and then Florida and Missouri were down by 2 and 3% respectively compared to what they did in the year before. But the numbers remain roughly the same. Real estate transactions by region. So the western part of the country and the southern part makes up actually 2/3 of all the purchases that we see. California, Florida, and Texas in particular have shown continued growth in real estate investments within their IRA. Some of the secondary markets that we have experienced some growth with that include places like Austin, Texas, Portland, Oregon, Nashville, Tennessee, and Charlotte, North Carolina. We've seen a little bit of uptick in those. There's a low cost of living, and the properties there seem to be well suited for long-term IRA investments. And the Florida market seems to be improving. We've seen some growth there. One of the demographics that has been affected by is the number of baby boomers that are choosing to retire in certain locations. We're seeing baby boomers who, one of the things that's happening a lot in the national market is they're retiring to be closer to where their kids are, which is often close to urban markets. And so that's affecting some of the investment property that we're seeing going on. So we had 3% more transactions in 2015 over 2014, and like I said, 4 out of 5 IRA investors chose to purchase real estate in the West or the South in 2015. So what you usually see with people who are using their IRAs to purchase their properties is that they're investing in properties in the same states that they live. So you can see in particular in places like Arizona, all of our clients who invested in property in Arizona in 2015 lived in Arizona as well. Same with Florida. Texas, you can see the same thing. 94%, almost everybody who invested in Texas properties lived in the state of Texas. Whereas in California and Colorado, you don't see that quite as strong. You see people who are investing in other states outside of the states that they live in. California in particular, that's probably because obviously the housing costs in California are so significantly higher, much higher, that people are choosing to use their IRAs to invest in properties in other states. I'm actually one of those people. I have Indiana property that I hold in my self-directed IRA. From a property management standpoint, that's usually the driving reason why more people would choose to invest in a property that's close to their home. It certainly makes it easier to handle the property management side of things. This is the average purchase price that we had with our clients who invested in real estate in 2015. It went up $11,000 in California, dropped $19,000 in Texas. What we saw overall in 2014, the average price of a real estate investor with Entrust was roughly $146,000, whereas in 2015 it was almost $178,000. So it went up pretty significantly for us from 2015 to 2014. This is the type of properties that IRA investors bought with their IRA in 2015. And as you can see, the single-family residence continues to be the most popular type of investment that people hold with Entrust, followed by multifamily residences at 28%. Then vacant land dropped a lot from 2014 to 2015, but still was up there. Commercial real estate was 3%, and then other, which as you can see includes resorts and villas, came in at 13%, which went up from 2014. The type of IRAs investors use, by far and away, traditional IRAs are the biggest types of accounts that's been used, followed by Roths, Simples, and then other, which would be health savings accounts and educational savings accounts and individual 401ks. Traditional IRAs is generally just a more popular type of retirement account that's held. And a large part of the reason for that, I think, is because that most people who have a traditional IRA, they rolled it over from a 401k. You start working for a company and you open a 401k, and then you leave that company. You're now free to roll that over into an IRA to self-direct. And the type of IRA that has the same tax rolls as a 401k is a traditional IRA. So unless you're a business owner and you open a SEP or a Simple, or you want to pay the tax consequences of converting it to a Roth, then you're going to roll it over into a traditional IRA rather than a Roth. So I think just there's a lot more money in traditional IRAs than there are in Roths or SEPs or Simples for that main reason. Now here's some information we got from the National Association of Realtors. So this isn't exclusively Entrust accounts, but this is national information of what they see as the typical buyer of real estate today. Is approximately 44 years old, makes about $86,000 for the household. 32% were first-time buyers, and 67% are married. The typical seller is 54. The household income's a little bit higher, $104,000 a year. The sale was a median of $40,000 over the original purchase price, and almost all of them, 90%, worked with a real estate agent. And here's something that's interesting was the generational look, again from the National Association of Realtors. What's called the silent generation, 1925 to 1945, was 9% of the buyers, but 13% of the sellers. And just looking at the numbers, millennials was the highest percentage of the home buyers. And it's fairly evenly split as far as the home sellers, with Generation X and the older boomers being the highest number of sellers. And then this is what, in a survey that we did, or the survey at the National Association of Realtors did, is what's their reason for real estate purchase. You can see in 2014 and 2015, for investment real estate, the biggest reason is generate income by renting. followed by the just the prices are low. They got a good deal, and then potential price appreciation. So there's a lot of people out there who are buying and holding rental property, which is particularly well suited to retirement accounts. If you want to invest for the long term, a retirement account is typically a long-term investment, and that's where buy and hold rental properties are particularly well suited to be invested in through a retirement account. And that's why for Entrust, and I think for the self-directed IRA industry in general, by far and away, over 50% of all investments are in real estate within self-directed retirement accounts, is because it's a lot of buy and hold. It's a good investment. It's well suited for retirement accounts. And this report, which we got from Zillow, just shows the percentage change in rent from 2014 to 2015. And San Francisco, probably no surprise, and San Jose, to anybody who lives out here or is familiar with the area, experienced the highest percentage change in rent. It's pretty significant. There are, according to Zillow, there are 43 million renter households in the United States. In 2015, they paid $535 billion in rent. That's a 4% increase over rents paid in 2014, and that's largely driven by the higher rents, but also there are nearly 2 million more people looking to rent in 2015 versus 2014. And that's where real estate investors come in. And again, with self-directed IRAs, investing in real estate, taking advantage of this rental market boom, and being able to have those rent checks go into the IRA. So it's just another way to grow your retirement account. So what are the reasons to invest in real estate with an IRA? The main thing, invest in what you know. A lot of people have a better understanding about real estate than they do about the stock market. So if you have if you're in the real estate industry, or if you have particular familiarity, or just obviously you're on this presentation, so you're educating yourself about real estate, gives you the opportunity to invest in something that you're familiar with and know. It gives you the ability to diversify your portfolio, not just real estate within an IRA, but any alternative investment within an IRA, be it precious metals or private equity or tax liens, trustees, which are also types of real estate investment. It gives you an opportunity to not have all your money invested in the stock market, tied up in the market, but gives you a different diversification. And then obviously to get revenue. The whole point of investing within your retirement account is to grow your retirement account. And if you feel that if you find a property that you think is a good investment that will grow your retirement account, then it makes sense to use the IRA to invest in that investment, and self-directed IRAs give you the opportunity to do that. The process to set up an account is very quick and easy. You can open an account online. We've through that website that's on the screen. You have to provide some personal information that's required by the Patriot Act. We need a copy of your identification, and then we have some fees that we charge to open an account. So we need your credit card information to get the account open. But it's as simple as that. You can have your account opened and rolling in under 10 minutes. And so it's really easy. Open an account, fund your account, and that's usually, we most often see that in an IRA to IRA transfer or a 401k to IRA rollover. And then you invest in your asset. You purchase your investment, and that investment's held in the name of your IRA. So if you're buying a property and on the purchase contract for that property, it's not going to be listed in your personal name. It's going to be listed in the name of your IRA. And the name of your IRA would be the Entrust Group FBO, which stands for the benefit of the Entrust Group FBO, your name and account number. And let's say the property is rented out. All the rent checks get paid to your IRA. So the checks are sent to us. We deposit them into your retirement account. And it's just, like I said, another way to grow your retirement account aside from stocks, bonds, mutual funds.